everyone, my name is Nikita and I am from the Bodhi Academy. Today we are going to start a new chapter from 9th Standard Science textbook, chapter number 8, that is Force and Laws of Motion. In the previous chapter we have already started what is motion. Today we are going to see what are the laws of motion. Okay, force and laws of motion. Now in this chapter we are going to study force, the concept of force, different types of forces which makes the objects move, and the different laws of motion. Okay, so when we talk about a force, the clear definition of force is that it is a push or a pull. Okay, when there is an object. Okay, now there is a trolley. This trolley is moving in the direction of the push. The boy is pushing the trolley, so it is moving in this direction. So it is moving in the direction of that push. If someone pulls that trolley from this side, it will be pulled on the other side. Now this is a drawer. This is a table with a drawer, and this drawer is pulled, so it is moving in this direction. Okay, now the hockey stick hits the ball forward. So because this hockey stick is hitting the ball, it will move forward, right? This means that the hockey stick is giving some push. Okay, so all this push, this pull, and this push, all this is nothing but it is the force applied to an object which makes the object to go in the motion and change its direction of motion. Okay, so force is nothing but the concept of force is based on this push, hit, or a pull. Okay, now even over here we can see that if this spring is expanded from both the sides, it will change its shape. Okay, so spring expands on application of force. A spherical rubber ball becomes oblong as we apply force on it. It changes the shape. Okay, so this is the concept of force. Force, in simple definition, it is a push or a pull which gets the object in motion. Okay, this is how the objects move when there is a push or a pull. Now depending on what is applied on the object, there are two types of forces. There are balanced forces and there are unbalanced forces. Now we will see an experiment over here. This is a wooden block and there are two strings attached on both the sides. Okay, this is the X string and this is the Y string. Now if there is, okay, now one person is pulling the X string from this side and one person is pulling the X string from this side. Okay, now if the pull on both the sides is equal, okay, if the pull on both the sides is equal, then the force will be balanced. Okay, the force will be balanced on both the sides, and in this case, if the force is balanced on both the sides, will the object move? Okay, the object will not move because the forces are balanced on both the sides. So there are two types of forces. Balanced forces, when the forces are balanced, the object will not move, it will not go in motion. Now in the second case, if the push, okay, if the pull on this side is greater, okay, if the pull on this side is greater and over here it is less, okay, so which side will the object move? It will move this side, right, if the pull is greater. Or in the second instance, if the pull this side is greater, okay, it is greater, then the object will be moving this side. So now if it is greater this side and lesser this side, means the forces are not balanced in this case. In this case the concept comes which is of the unbalanced forces. Okay, unbalanced forces on both the sides. The concept of unbalanced forces, that concept gets the objects in motion. Okay, so to get an object in motion, we have to have the unbalanced forces and not the balanced forces. Okay, so this is how there are two types of forces, the balanced force and unbalanced force. We need to study another factor over here. Now let us consider there is a wooden block over here, wooden table over here, okay, or a box. Now these two kids are trying to push that box, but the floor at the bottom is very rough. Okay, floor at the bottom is very rough. They are putting a less force over here. Okay, less push force. Okay, now in the second case they are putting a little more push. Okay, more push force. Still they are not able to move it. Okay, means see, there is a rough surface over here and the box is placed on that surface. Two people are trying to push that box with a little force. Still they are not able to move it. Second time they apply little more force. Still they are not able to move it. Okay, why are they not able to move it? Okay, why are they not able to move it? This is because the surface over here is very rough. This surface is a rough surface, and when the surface is rough, the surface is providing a force of friction or frictional force. Okay, so frictional force is provided by rough surfaces. It provided by the rough surfaces. Okay, rough surface. So what happens over here in both the cases? The frictional force is there and the push force is there. Both the forces are same. So they are balanced forces over here. And we know that when the forces are balanced, the objects will not move. Same thing happens over here. The frictional force is here and even the push force is there. But both are almost the same. They are balanced, so they will not be able to move. So what the these kids have to do is that they have to apply such a force that it will be able to overcome this frictional force. Okay, it should be greater than the frictional force. So over here they apply greater force which is greater than the frictional force, and in that case this forces now are unbalanced. Here it is more and here it is less. The frictional force is less. Now the object will be able to move. So frictional force it opposes the movement of object. Okay, if you want to make an object move, you have to overcome the frictional force. Okay, so over here they overcome the frictional force by applying more force. But another concept we can use is we can reduce the friction of the surface by making the surfaces smooth. Okay, or using lubricating of substances which will reduce the friction. So this is how we can reduce the friction. So we saw that there are two types of forces. There are balanced forces and there are unbalanced forces. Balanced forces are when both the forces are the same. In that case the object will not move. That will not, the forces on both the sides are same, so that will not get the object in motion. In the second instance we saw when there are unbalanced forces, wherein on one side the force is more and on one side the force is less. In that case the object will get into motion and it will be able to move. Third, now we saw this also gets us into the force of friction. Okay, force of friction is mostly provided by the rough surfaces. Okay, so if you want to move an object on a rough surface, then you have to oppose the frictional force provided by the rough surface. Once you oppose the frictional force, then only the object will be able to move. The force between the frictional force and your pushing force should be unbalanced. In case of balanced forces, they won't be able to move. Okay, so here today we saw what is a force, the different types of forces, and the force of friction. Okay, in the next part we will be studying the different laws of motion. Okay, so yes, thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel.